Welcome back. Coming back to finish up the second what you call it? Second episode of making my spring roll. I'm just right now cooking my chicken. I finished up the pork meat earlier, and I'm just doing the chicken right now. Okay, I'm using a very low heat on iron cast or non-stick pan will do. Okay. Or if you want to use air fryer, you could also. It'd be good. It'd be low fat. I'm not frying this, but I'm pan searing it, so I use very small, very little of cooking oil. Okay. Welcome back, Chef Anna. I'd like to welcome you back. I took about 30-minute break to take care of a little thing. So I'm back. I'm gonna finish. I'm cooking the chicken right now. Once the chicken is done, I will go ahead and make the spring roll, so that way we can move on to the next step. Sorry, stumble for word. So I'm cooking the chicken right now. I'm making it to a good strip right now, about the size of the spring rolls that I'll be producing. And so I'm flattening it and cooking it in a pan right now, and to be careful not to break it. The pork meat hold really well. It didn't break. It has a very nice kind of spongy flavor, because the original recipe does feel a little spongy. So I thought I got it right, because I don't have the recipe that I went to sample from, so I have to create something that's similar to. I'm gonna finish rolling up all this meat right now, so that way I don't have to touch the raw meat anymore. Thank you. I appreciate that. Welcome you back, Chef Vanna. Cooking my chicken patty. I'm making the chicken patty for the spring roll, and it's a little bit different. This is the Vietnamese cuisine. It's a little bit different than you typically see people make. Okay, it's involving processing this meat, grind this meat until it sticks together with a little help of tapioca starch, and to make it spongy, allow the meat to raise a little bit. I do use a little bit of a baking powder, okay, to keep the flour together. So I'm cooking on a low heat right now. I want to make sure that the meat is cooking right, okay, and not being burned. I burned a little bit on the pork meat, but it shouldn't hurt me. You know, it's just stronger. It's just stronger texture. So I started with about 1.5 pounds of chicken and pork each, and not combined. I should have combined them, but then I thought about people in my family. Some don't like chicken, some don't like pork meat. So if I mix it, then there will be an issue. So I just cook them separately, and whoever eat what, and then they can go ahead and enjoy it. So I have my meat in a small patty, like this right here. Okay? Small patty, right? And the meat is very it's sticking together really well. I like that a lot, because when we cook it, it does not come apart. So that's my major goal, is not to have the meat come apart. Okay? You don't want it too thick, because we'll be rolling this momentary. I have another thing that I have to do before I roll this. I want to make this spring roll extra crunchy, so I am going to fry the spring rolls, no, the egg rolls sheet, and then we're going to roll it in together. That way we'll have crunchiness from the tenderness from the meat, and then the crunchiness from the egg roll shell sheet. Okay. Okay. So here is what I'm cooking right now. Okay. The chicken patty. And with the chicken patty, I am preparing to make spring rolls, Vietnamese style spring roll. Okay. And if you are Vietnamese, from Vietnamese community, and if I'm doing this different than what you do, just remember that this is the recipe that I'm trying to create to replica of. Okay, so it's my own recipe, my own way of handling this. So without hiking into someone else's recipe. So I went to the Vietnamese store, restaurant, and I ordered this bánh hỏi, or the egg rolls. Not a restaurant, it was the sandwich shop or bánh mì shop, where you get all kind of delicious Vietnamese bánh mì, which is the Vietnamese sandwich that made from the French rolls or the French bread. They're really, really good. And this can make into a sandwich also, not just a spring roll. So I ordered the spring rolls. I noticed that the spring rolls are not made out of regular boiled meat. So it's made out of meat that either barbecue or pan-seared, and the replica of it. So I thought that would be nice for me to come home and reinvented my own recipe. That way it's economical for my family to eat at home, because we have such a large family, and to eat out, it can be costly. We do that only like special occasions, anything in that nature, you know. Other than that, we try to cook at home as much as possible, and we're not even worried about going to eat and spending a few $100s just to try to feed a few family members. When a few $100, you can go buy a whole bunch of meat and vegetables, and you prepare all this at home, and you can live on that budget for a few days. Because I know that because we have a large family, and our food bill is pretty high, and especially when I'm doing this home cooking show, and it's double or triple. So that's why I'm trying to comprise my cooking show around my kid meals, my grandchildren favorite meals, so that way I'm not only feeding my kids, I also have my cooking done. So that way, you know, one bullet we shoot two birds. So yeah, well, welcome all of you. This is the second part of my spring rolls. So this is not just regular spring rolls, okay? This spring roll is very thank you, appreciate that comment. Thank you so much. I'm cooking Vietnamese style spring rolls, which involving me grinding the meat with the delicious ingredients and pan-seared right now. Right here, I have this cast iron skillet. It works really, really good. Or you can do the non-stick, so that way you don't break your patties. Okay, so the patty look like this. I already cooked the meat, the beef. The pork. This is the chicken. Yeah, this is the patty that I'll be using for our rolls today, and it's going to be delicious because the meat itself has a very nice flavors. I marinated with fresh ingredients. Also, the fresh garlic. I have onion, garlic powder in it, and then I also have fresh gingers and a few other things that make this patties smell so delicious. And the only thing that I don't have is the what you call it. The only thing that I didn't do was the fermented vegetables. Okay? I don't have fermented vegetables. I could have shed the carrots and the turnip and make fermented vegetable to go with it. Okay, but despite all that, it's gonna be delicious anyway because I have a few fresh vegetables that I'm gonna be putting into a roll. Okay, so I'm not missing anything because we're gonna be dipping it into with the sweet and sour sauce. It doesn't matter because whether it's fermented or not, vegetable or not, you're gonna feel that sweet and sour sweetness into it. I also have one more item that I'm gonna do because I am going to fry this wrap. Okay, deep fried it, and I wanted this spring roll to be tender because of the meat. Okay, sponginess from the meat. Also, the crispiness from the deep fries. You can do the this kind of rolls. Okay, or if you have wonton roll, that will do also. Okay, I'm cooking my meat in a low heat. Okay, because I wanted to pan sear it slowly to get the flavors from all the ingredients that I have in here. Okay, so it should cook very quickly. But I'm gonna spend about 15 minutes cooking my chicken because this is chicken. I'm not playing around with, and I don't want anybody to get sick eating raw meat or anything like that, especially the chicken and pork. Okay. I have my pork cooking already. It's right over here, and it's already cool enough for me to handle and make rolls out of it. And once I'm done frying the wonton sheets or the spring roll sheet, we will have enough ingredient to start rolling our spring rolls. Okay. I'm gonna use a good amount of oil, cooking oil. I already have some oil in here that's ready to go. I'm gonna fry my spring rolls. It'll take a moment for my oil to boil first, and then I will go ahead and fry it. Before I do that, I need to roll this egg roll sheet here. And maybe next week we can come back and make some more egg rolls because somebody requested it. Yeah, because it's such a huge sheet, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this in 2 halves. Okay, I'm not gonna use all of it. I'm gonna use about this much, and I'll put this back into the fridge. And I'm gonna use it tomorrow because I don't like to leave this out in the fridge because it came out from the freezer. Okay, I'm going to cut this into half. Let me pay attention to my meat before it burns. I use only about a tablespoon of cooking oil. Okay, I'm only pan sear this. I'm not frying this. Well, it's frying in a technical way where I'm not using a lot of oil because I already have healthy oil in it. I have avocado oil mixing in the meat already, so we already have some healthy oils in there, so we don't need to saturate it with oil. So the meat looking pretty good at this moment. Because we have chicken meat, I'm gonna go ahead and close it for a minute. So that way it does not affect my. I'm gonna low. I'm gonna keep turning my head because I don't want the whole pan of chicken patty to burn, and then I won't have anything to cook with. But I have the pork meat, but then, like I said, you know, some like more pork meat, some like chicken meat than others. So even I'm cooking it at home, I still have to make my family happy with, you know. And some of them like shrimp, some like lamb meat, and I'm like, okay, you know, I try to accommodate, but like I said, this is not even a restaurant. So to do the rolls for our rolls, we just gonna roll it. I probably need an egg to glue them. I just need a little bit of white egg to do. Okay. Because my spring rolls are not very long, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it to make the perfect size that I need. So easy, just roll it up. I mean, there's no technicality in doing this, because I already have one that's already done, so I'm gonna cut it to make it even, because our spring roll is probably gonna be that long or even longer. We could. So with deep fries, egg roll sheet will bring that nice texture, the crunchiness when you take a bite of your spring rolls. You can taste the meat. You can taste the crunchiness of this ingredients here. Okay. My meat is done. I'm getting my meat out. I close the lid for a minute just to make sure that my chicken is done right, and then I will leave it to cool down before we can roll this. I can roll it while it's hot, but then it will cook my vegetable, because we're gonna be combining with the fresh vegetables. So what I'll do is that I will just leave it open this way so that it will cool down quicker. All right. And then I have a few more to cook, so I'm gonna do that right now while I'm waiting for the oil to bubbling up for me to drop this in there to cook it. I have a few of this raw chicken patty here. I'm gonna go ahead and finish cooking it, so that way we'll get everything done in the same time. Okay. Yeah, welcome back. Chef Rana is doing her egg rolls. No, not egg rolls. Spring rolls. Cookout live stream. Making Vietnamese style spring rolls involving. What did I do? I sauteed the filling. Instead of boiling the meat. Okay, typically we boil the meat and then we'll shred it and then shred it, and then we'll turn it into spring rolls comprised with a whole bunch of other vegetables. So this is one of the unique way to make your spring rolls even more tasty, is to saute your meat like I did here. Okay, it's a long process, but if you're on YouTube, other instruction is on the first the first part here. This is the second part where I have to take a break and run an errands and come back and finish this up. Okay. Because we want our spring roll to be one beautiful, even size. So what I did is that I just roll from the bottom here and controlling it here. And we deep fried it. It will give us a beautiful, crunchy textures of our spring rolls. A minute more. This is a fun cooking project here. Making this spring roll here is so much fun, and not only is fun, it's easy and delicious. You know, this is one of the ways to get the grandkids to eat vegetables all together collectively. You know how some of them don't like to eat broccoli or lettuce or cucumber and what have you. Okay, because grandkids are special kind of people that they get to say no without getting in trouble. If they don't want to eat something, then we can't make them, you know. And to get kids to participate in eating delicious fruit and vegetable, then this is the way, you know. Have to be creative, make it looking pretty. You know. So the oil is already hot enough for me to go ahead and fry my spring rolls. I'm sorry, this is egg roll sheet, okay? Spring roll sheet is, this is a spring roll sheet. It comes in different varieties of brand. And this is for the spring rolls that we're gonna be rolling in a few moments when we got everything together, okay? And this is the lumpia or egg roll sheet, so they are different. They look different. Yeah. Right. So to make the fresh spring roll, we use this rice sheet here. To make fried egg rolls, we use this sheet here. Okay. Some people will use the same thing, but then, you know, it's a process to it. If you use the wrong sheet, then it's gonna be a little bit difficult. I do fry my egg rolls in the spring roll sheet also, but there's a technique way to do that also. And I have not tried the egg rolls for spring rolls because this will need to be cooked, and you can steam it. And I have not seen anybody who tried to make spring roll out of egg roll sheet yet. That would be something interesting that I have not tried or experienced it. So the reason I'm adding this egg roll sheet here, because I wanted the crispiness from my egg roll. I mean, from my spring roll. The spring rolls is out of vegetables. Sometimes, you know, I mean, the cucumber will give that crispiness, but then when you add this deep fried egg roll sheet, it's give you that extra crunchiness, and it's really, really nice. It's really, really good. And for those who follow me on my TikTok is being funny. You know, I can't even post my clip. So I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on. I don't have time right now, but I'll figure it out, because the last few of my on my cooking show, live show, I can't even download or do the clip. Maybe something setting going on that I need to, and they're not aware of. You know, that's kind of stupid in a way. You know, it's something that worked for you for a long time and stopped working. You wonder what's going on, right? So that's why you haven't seen my the clip of my latest cooking, because I didn't even know what's going on with TikTok. But as for the what do you call them? YouTube's been cool, you know. I mean, they allow you to keep all your content in full length. So, and allow me to add recipe and other ingredients in there, and without discrimination or prejudice, I'll say it. But I don't know why I said it, but sometimes I feel like there's so many niche and step to deal with certain stations or certain network, you know. So I'm gonna fry it until golden yellow, just like we did with the egg rolls. Okay. Have you guys tried the Vietnamese spring rolls? This is pretty good. You know, Vietnamese cuisine is one of those unique cuisine that is unlimited with their sauce and their unique way to create their cuisine. I think a lot of Cambodian people do take some of their cooking and make it work for their family. You know, I mean, I'm sure that we all share common recipe, especially when it's on YouTube. You know, it's a public information, so anybody feel free to take and use it to your best benefit. You know, I mean, if there's issue about afraid that it's going to get copied or taken, then don't put it on public info, you know, keep in your family and keep in your kitchen. If you're going to share it, then people are going to use it and going to share it. But the thing with me is that because I'm a regular cook, when I eat people food, or if I go to places that people cook food that I'm not familiar with, and if I eat it, and I can tell by what ingredient they're using and how they prepared it, and I can come home and I just go in my kitchen and tried it a few times. I failed a few times, and once it's successful, once I feel that I can create and remake or even reinvent it, you know, because then I know that it's gonna work. Then I'll bring it on and with my own show and my unique way of recipe. Because we share all this because we want people to enjoy it, to live legacy of all these wonderful ingredients. Now, let me turn off my meat before I burn it. And yeah, to share it. You know, if you don't share it, and then, you know, keep it in your family. If you don't share it and don't feel some kind of way, if people reinvent it or create it, or even you know, make a living out of it. And I don't make a living out of this. I'm just basically enjoy and appreciate their cuisine. You know, they're doing a good job and cooking, and the food tastes good, and I want to be able to enjoy that. I would be able to share it in my own individual uniqueness way. You know, I don't know what they have in the ingredient, and I don't know what the measurements are, but I only have some ideas what is in their recipe. So I come home and I figure it out, and I'm just saying that, you know, there are only a few main ingredients that Asians use in their cooking. It's common sense, you know. It's nothing more than lemongrass, garlic, chive, or green onions, and what have you, you know, curry, whatever. So there's no, so to me it's common sense, just like the mechanic, you know. I mean, when the mechanic deals with the broken car, they already know what's broken. They know what's broken, so they fix it. Same thing for a chef and cook. You know, we do the same way. We understand that concept, that that recipe required certain ingredients, to make it right. You know, I mean, if it's not, it don't go right, then you try it again until it tastes good, until it looks good, until it look similarity, until it look like you got it, and then you share. And you wonder where all the original recipe came from. It came from people who invented. You know, they put egg and flour together and a little bit of this, a little bit that, and then you make cookies or cake. I remember when I first learning how to cook American food, all the recipe that we used for cooking food was like from Better Home and Crockett recipe or Betty Crockett, whatever it is. It was just like, it was like some of those recipes that we use all the time. I'm gonna use a few more because I brought it out this. Oops, my bad. So there you go. We need this texture, you know. So I don't have enough, so I'm gonna make a little few more. Not a little few more. What kind of I'm gonna do that? I'll make some more. Put it that way. Okay, so that way we're not running out in the middle, and then you say, oh, okay, now she go pausing again. Girl, get it right. Yes, ma'am, I tried to get it right. I'm gonna boil the water already because we need it. I boiled it earlier, but I just want to make sure that it's warm enough. Okay. To do this, we need to divide this into half. So fold them together and then just cut it from in the middle here, and it will give you the half. And then with the half, you just want a single sheet. Make sure I remember that I have the sheet cooking. Sometimes when I do multiple cooking going at the same time, and I end up losing my concentration and it won't. But I want to be multitask so I can get this done without you yelling at me. Say, girl, I'm tired of watching you. Bye, I won't come back until tomorrow. You know, so. Yeah, just be patient. Cooking is not easy thing to do, but it get easy when we practice this, okay? In time, it'll get easier. Each time you do it, you're gonna get it right. You like the flavor, you like more salt, and add more salt. If it's not enough salt, then, you know, add salt. If you got too much salt, then you're gonna have to add other ingredients like water, flowers, whatever it is, make it work. Yeah, okay? So don't go beat on yourself and say, I can't do this, complaining and crying. No, don't do that. That's embarrassing. When we were born, we were giving this a mechanical brain here that we're supposed to learn from other people. If you don't learn it from your mom and dad, then you learn from other people. And it's okay to learn from other people. That's why we get to send to school, because our parents are not certified to teach us besides cooking and putting you to sleep and make sure that you're safe and all. You know, other than that, it have to be done by certified teachers and professor. And now they allow homeschooling, you know, which is cool. That any parent can teach the kid at home. My sister, she was a stay-at-home mom. She had 2 sons, and she homeschooled her kids until they start college. And because they, with her faith, they had their own university, parochial school. They have their own university, so that worked well for them. So they got sent to church college. So she spent years providing homeschool for her kids. As contrary with me, I didn't have that fancy to stay home and do home teaching or homeschool. So all my kids got sent to different schools, and they hated it because because I'm a full-time mom and full-time worker also, and that was a bit of challenge, you know, to be a single mom and have many kids, and you have to work full-time, and nobody is supporting you. You know, it was a sad scenario. You go back and think about that, it's crazy. You know, how men or woman who's capable of becoming full-time worker and full-time parents, and yeah, it was, those days was, I'm glad those days over. I'm glad is that I'm out of that environment now. I'm happy grandma. All my kids are grown, and only one that need help with getting around because he hadn't been able to attain his driver license. He failed 3 times. He said that, wow, Mom, Las Vegas driving ordinance is too hard, and he passed. One of them passed really well from California. When she get to Las Vegas, it took her 7 times to pass a driving written exam, and my son did the same thing. And this would be his, well, last week was his 4th attempt trying to pass his driving test. Something else happened, so he still didn't get his driver license yet. So yeah, being mom, you know, your responsibility never over. Sometimes, well, you know, your kids are adult, let them move out on their own. Yeah, I understand that. You know, sometimes it's hard to do that when they're not quite independent. You know, you like to walk away and be free of responsibility. The minute that your kid's grown, you think that you don't have to deal with other issues. You do, you know. I mean, as parent, you cannot. As a parent, we don't abandon anyone. You know, nor we want to keep them and shelter them the rest of their life. No, it's not like that. But sometimes, not all kids are the same. Some are more independent at an early age. Some are prone to not want to be independent or had a hard time become independent adult at certain age. You know, so as long as I live, I pledge that I will always going to be here for my kids, whether they live with me or not, or whether they need my help or not. But if the kid need a little bit of help, you know, I'm here to help. I'll help. I'm not going to complain, saying that, you know, everybody need to grow up. But just remember that not all kids operate at the same mentality, the same intuitiveness. You know, some were born with critically unwell, or a little slower than usual, or had some sort of learning disability, or physically or mentally. You know, and then that's why we cannot treat kids the same way. We treat and helping kids according to the physical, mental, and emotional needs. Some want to be independent and move out soon. They turn 15. You know, said, I'm out of here. I no longer want to be with my parents. So they're good. Some when they're 24 said, well, I can't make on my own yet. You know, let me be here another year or two until I become ready. And then, you know what? Then if they need extra year to do that, and you are capable of providing the assistance, of providing the support, then by all means, you know, I'd rather do that myself and see my kids suffer, and I mean, let them suffer and learn that too. But then, you know, don't try to foster every little bit of their aspect in life. Let them experience it too. But then, if you think that it's gonna do more harm than good, then if you need to step in, step in. So my cooking is now, my spring rolls sheet is done. I'm gonna let it sit for a minute to cool down. So that will give me enough time to get everything else ready to go to our next step, which is rolling the spring rolls. Okay. Let me move all this hazard material out of my face, out of my reach first, because you know, I'm prone to accidents, so I got cut and burnt many times, so I kind of learned what I need to do to prevent from from having accident. One of the most effective way is to remove any of the hot oil, hot water, anything that's hot and sharp. Move it out of your way. Okay? I don't care how professional of a chef, of a cook, of a mom, of a dad you are. And believe me, when I said accident happened, I've been there and done that. So I live to tell. Okay. I don't even know whether, what you call the thing, the wrap, that the little wrap guy or pattern, a guy. I'm not gonna worry about it. I've done without it many times. Okay. So I made it oil for this because I need to rub them together so that way it doesn't stick together. Okay, so that's been my best practice. So I'm using the olive oil. I'm going to pour a little bit of oil so that way when I roll the egg rolls, when it's done, I will rub some oil on it so that it does not get sticky. All right. Okay, so let me clear a few things out of my way. So I'm going to bring in the fresh ingredients that I have earlier. Okay. So I have shredded carrots and diced green onions and cilantro. It works best with mint or what you call it, basil. But I don't have those. But like I said, this is what I found in my fridge, and I wanted to finish up all my fruit and vegetable before I bring some more in because it's so jam-packed. So today I'm going to start with the chicken meat. Maybe we have chicken meat here that we sauteed earlier. Okay. Put it right here. Okay, so I have my water warm because when we need the water warm because we're gonna dip it, and yeah, we're gonna dip it to make it soft so we can roll it. Okay, so I'm gonna have my plate that I'm gonna put my spring roll in. I'm gonna dab some other oil on here so that way it does not stick to the plate, okay? Because the egg rolls it made out of tapioca products, so it's gonna get sticky. Or I can put some of this lettuce here on it, like that. Okay. All right. So the first thing we'll do when wrapping is to soak our paper, his rice paper. I know I have one open already, but I'm not sure where that is. So I'm using medium. Okay, there's a smaller size and a larger size. So I'm using a medium size here. Okay, so I'm gonna dip it into this warm water here that I have. So there you go. So I'm going to place it on my plate here. You can't see it because it's clear, okay? So while we're waiting for this to transform and get softened, we're gonna go ahead and combine our ingredients. And I forgotten to mention that I had noodles that that my daughter cooked last night. She was gonna make something of it. In fact, she's gonna make this egg rolls, but she never got around to do it, so I'm gonna finish that for her. Okay, so I have my rice noodles that she cooked the other day or yesterday. So I'm gonna need a little bit of that because I'm gonna place toward the end, okay, at the end of the paper here, right? Now you see it, okay? So we're gonna put it toward the end here, and if you want a lot of carb, but I'm gonna just put enough. And I'm gonna lay my fresh vegetables, and I also have carrot today, and cilantros, and my cucumbers. Okay, we're gonna line it up like that. Oh, then I have the green onions also. I dice everything up just to make it easier to handle. All right. And then we have this, right? So we're gonna place it here also, and then we're gonna place our meat on the top of it. Yeah. And then as usual, we're gonna bring the inner end, the out end, and then just bring it and we just wrap it, okay? And then you can bring, yeah, somebody tell me that, yeah, that remind them of something. Yes, I know. Okay, so it cover our meat with the cucumber, but the idea is that the meat is in there, and then the crunchy rolls is in there also. So when you bite into this with the dipping sauce, and then you have this flavorful cooked meat that we cooked earlier, and this right here, it's going to be amazingly delicious. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna make the second one. This time I'm gonna show my meat, so I'm gonna put the meat on first, down first, okay? Yeah, and then I will put my noodle. Okay. But if you don't want carb, you're fine. Just leave the noodle out. Just add more vegetable to it. You'll be fine. Okay. And shrimp. Notice that I don't have any shrimp today, not even a dry shrimp. So sometimes it's good that we don't have to do everything with shrimp. Okay, right? So I think I have everything. Lettuce. It would be nice to have something prettier. I could have done that, but so here I have my meat down first, and the meat show up on one end, and then the cucumber on the other end. Huh? So, oops. Dang it! I forgot this. Shoot. Hold it. Man. Later. I can't open it. I'll break it. Okay. So I'll put it right here. So I know that's what I forgot. Dinky girl. So see how pretty it is? You know, you have cucumber here lined up, and then you have your meat here. Okay. So everything else is inside of this. Okay. So let's go to the third one. Oh, I sunk it because the water is too hot. Here's my chopstick. Ah, let me see if we can restore this. If not, then I'll have it a home run. Okay. This one is pretty pretty soft. Let's see if it's gonna work. Okay, it might break. All right, as usual, we'll put our meat first. So we know that we have one side meat, one side vegetables. All right, and then add our noodles, because the noodles will fill up our stomach fast, and then follow with our fresh vegetables. That, and I have cilantros and the green onions all diced up, and then I have my beautiful cucumber. Okay, now bring the back of the sheet, bring it over. Now it's sitting on the top of cucumber, and then gather the end on the right, the end on the left. If we remind you of whatever you're doing, it's perfect. Oh, hold on. Stop doing that. Hold on, one more thing, Vanna. Are you okay?
Yes.
Relax, okay? Please don't break anything. Okay, here we go. Oh well. All right. So don't forget this extra crunchy egg rolls into the spring roll. So we double it today. We have spring rolls wrapped with egg rolls, crunchy egg rolls. Okay. Yeah. And that neat. All right. Okay. Let's go on making this until you have enough to feed the family. Okay, because the kids love this. So some of them, the adult, will eat about 4 or 5 of this. Okay, 4 or 5 of this. It depends. Okay, kid, I have this designed for kid differently because they get tricky about not wanting the vegetables or what have you. Okay, so I'm doing the chicken meat. So I'm placing my chicken here, and then my vegetables. If you're vegetarian, then leave all the meat out. Just do the vegetable only. You use cucumber, anything that you enjoy as your vegetarian meal, then you do that. Okay, so you're fine. There's no penalty on this type of food. I guarantee you that. If you get penalty for that, then something's wrong. Okay, so all right, buddy, get in there and be cool. So I hope that it will stay crunchy until I come around to finish it, and then share with the family. Okay, so, so the tricky thing is that it may not even show, but the thing is that it's in there. All right, so show a little bit of cucumber here, and then our meat here. Okay, isn't that cool? And then don't forget to oil it. Okay, use healthy oil, the kind of oil that you don't get sick from. Because for me, there's a few oils that I can't eat it, and like corn oils that I'm allergic to. So, but I'm okay with avocado and canola oil, and what else? Olive oil and coconut oil. I'm good with that. Okay, so
Grandma,
yes,
is
babe.
any of the spring rolls ready?
Any of the spring roll is ready?
Uh-huh.
It is ready, baby, but I need to get more done.
Oh, okay.
I'll make one for you right now. How you like it? That's not an answer. The answer is that, Grandma, I want vegetable in it. I want noodles in it, or I don't want noodles in it. So
I think the chair is broke.
how would you like it? Still not an answer,
I'll
baby.
think about it.
Okay, think about it. Okay, don't make it too long, cause I'll be sleeping then. My grandbaby, she just want to be part of my. Want to be around me. She's cute. Yesterday we cooked together. She loved cooking with me. Okay, so here we go. You got the idea? I mean, are we too far? Okay. So here go our crunchy-ish. And don't forget, okay? And I will forget. It won't show here because we got too many things that we need to display, like the meat and the cucumber. It would be nice to have varieties of color on here. I can add some other color in it, but I have to chop it. Okay, so here I got meat under the cucumber. For some reason, when you roll it, they come together. Okay, so I can add this beautiful, the extra color of this beautiful vegetable here. Okay, hold on, I'm running out of clean knife. So you wanted more colorful spring roll, then we add different colored vegetables in it. Grandson. Don't be nosy. You want to read the message? You want to read the comment? You can, but it's not for you. So there we go. So you can use unlimited vegetables, okay? It doesn't have to be what I have here. You just use vegetable you have at home. Or anything that you have in the garden, bean sprout, peas, sweet peas, what have you. Whatever you have, you can use them, okay? There's no limit to your cooking, what you're going to use in your cooking. Okay? Or do what I do. Make sure that you wash and clean and air dry all your vegetables. Don't air dry too long because it's gonna get withered. Okay? And then with the carrot, it's simple. Okay, so I just use the regular shredder here and just shred it and make a long streak of it. It's simple, right? I mean, it's very simple. So I can make flour out of it also. So that way I can line it up and then make it look pretty. And cooking don't have to be boring, believe me. Well, I'm hungry. I love raw carrots. Here you go. So far we have this many done, huh? I know. It's okay. You can eat as you go. All right. Put the meat in. My noodles. My vegetable. Line them up. Lettuce. Cilantros and the green onions that I chop out. And then if I want this, I'm gonna lay it. Okay, so I got my meat. I'm gonna roll my meat up first over the vegetables, over the noodles, over the cucumber, and I bring the two end, left and right end, and keep rolling. And there you go. Well, the cucumber show more because the cucumber came in last. Okay. Don't matter. We know that we got all the. Oops. Man. It doesn't matter where I leave it. I'm gonna forget. My bad. No, I'm gonna eat it right now, so that remind me. It's so crunchy. The spring roll sheet already like tastes so good, almost like it had a beautiful ingredients in it already. So just like you're eating Rice Krispie. Okay, sir. I know that I have you. I know I have you. And the noodles. And the chicken. Oh, I'm gonna have my carrot lined up also. My cucumber. My lettuce and cilantros and green onions, and then I'll add one toward the end there to give a final touch. Got my meat over. I'm gonna roll it right now. This one's extra fat. I got her in there. It's her and him, don't matter right now. Got it. It's got a little more color, right? It got carrots and then this sweet pepper here. Yeah. You see how fun it is to cook at home, and I mean, just be creative, okay? And I'm here to share the recipe and show you how. So you're not going to be alone. Try to cook this thing. So I'm here to guide you through step by step, like I'm doing here, okay? Which is wonderful because it is wonderful. It's such a beautiful recipe and delicious food. And if you want this food to look pretty, then make it look pretty. You know what I mean? What's wrong with pretty food? Nothing wrong. It's pretty to the eyes and it's great to the mouth. So hey, you know, you cook one thing and you got it all. The beauty, the taste. Where do you get that, right? Excuse me, let me deal with TikTok. Stop doing that. Oh. Well, I don't know about you. I think a little bit of color will make food so pretty. Yeah. All right, who's hungry? Was you? Bring a plate, bring a bowl. There's dipping sauce in the fridge.
Okay.
Where's your cousin?
Upstairs.
Upstairs.
Yes.
So the kids are off school now, so I get a pleasure when I'm not because I'm working from home also. You know, I'm a freelance interpreter, so a lot of my work's done from home because I'm not based in California anymore. I used to base in California. Now that I'm moved away from California, so I'm working from home remotely. Okay, come back. You need more. Okay. Yes, sir. May I help you? Okay. The dipping sauce. My grandson, this one, he's a character. Never ceased to amaze me. He's incredibly talented, but that also comes with consequences. But we love him. We have him here for the past. He's been with us for 5 years now. You know, he's moving from Fresno, where the rest of the family members. So we're fortunate to have him here and under our charge. So we take care of each other, family. We take care of someone else's kid because there's circumstances that cannot be taken care of. So we rely on each other. So that's what I was saying earlier, that, you know, we rely on each other for the loving support. And the old age say that, you know, it takes a village to raise a child, and I started to believe in that. Is grandma around here, babe? Grandmama here?
She's upstairs.
Was she eating earlier?
Yeah.
So for the next 2 months, almost 2 months before the school back, and I'm gonna have all this munchkin around, and it's gonna be hard for me to even have quiet session with you. But please do not mind me, because, you know, I'm a family oriented. I'm a grandma, so I love my grandkids. I won't have it other way. This the kid that I foster also when the parents are not around. So I'm here feeding them like I'm seeing right now. Go eat, please. Boy. Yeah. And that's family is all about, you know, that we take care of each other. If one parent or two parents cannot take care of their own kids, then we help out. Hopefully that thing will turn out better for everybody. Okay, I broke this one because okay. Okay, so it's not the pretty rolls, but you got the ideas, right? I mean, because you have so many ingredients into one rolls, and it's hard to display all the pretty one. Okay, I should have peeled my cucumber because the cucumber is hard. It's poking through the sheet. Anyway, here's one. If you prefer this type of food, or you want to try this type of food, then the best place to have this type of food is Vietnamese restaurant. Okay, I know the Cambodian probably have them also, but we make all differently. If you want the real deal, then the Vietnamese restaurant will do you good. And I have to give credit to the Vietnamese cuisine, because they truly are amazing, and a lot of delicious dishes that was produced and shared, you know, and I appreciate that. And my background with Vietnamese food is that I used to marry to my ex-husband, who was from Vietnam. Okay, so because he liked to cook, and he liked to host party, so he liked to drink and hosted the party, so he always be cooking, and I'll be helping him, you know, And I learned considerable amount of Vietnamese cuisine from my ex-husband. So when you talk about Vietnamese food, it's already inborn in me, because the time that I was living with my ex was like 10, 12 years. So that's a long time to live with somebody and be able to transfer some of the knowledge from a person, because I like to cook. So he knows I like to cook, so he be teaching me how to cook. And over time, that 11 years do sure teach me a lot of Vietnamese food. A lot of Vietnamese men. He's not Vietnamese, but he's the Khmer Krom. It's another group of Cambodian that live in Vietnam. A whole bunch of them. I don't know, maybe millions of them live in Vietnam. So they're just like, they're not immigrant, okay? They're not immigrant, but long time ago, it's a political thing. So that would be another story about the Khmer Krom people. So they're forced to live in their own land under new government. Put it that way. It sounds prettier, So they've gone through a lot of oppressions and discriminations and persecutions all their life, all day long. They're still doing that now. I remember when a lot of story that I learned about the Khmer Krom people, that they fight for their right and their justice, and to keep the language, keep the culture, so that the Vietnamese people are not controlling of them. So they're trying to keep the culture, the religions, and which is the Buddhism majorities, and the clothing, the language, and all that. I know that the kid who born in Vietnam, the language, the Cambodian language is not that great. But you know what? Just like my kid born here in America, the Cambodian ain't great either. Imagine that the Khmer Krom people live under oppression for hundreds of years. So unless the community really come together and keep the culture, keep the balance of being coerced while living on their own land. You know what I mean? I mean, at least here in America, we're talking about the indigenous people that were here before anybody else in this land. Okay, they feel that they're being coerced also, and that their land is taking. So I guess some part of the world where the same scenario, the same situation that do occur around the world too, that also occur among the Khmer Krom people, where the life of the cultures are being eliminated and forced into a new culture, a new language, and in a marriage and all that. So same thing. So I mean, it's not the same, but the issue with the people who the land are being taken is somebody's calling me. Maybe something's up in my channel, I'm not sure. Can you hear me okay? Sometimes when he called me trying to tell me that I need to adjust the audios, or someone is being a troll on my channels. There are troll on my channel also, so just let you know that if you're here trying to be funny, I can invite you to leave, because I'm not here for that type of entertainment. I spent an hour in preparation for this, and I'm here to share the joy. I'm not here to hurt anyone. So if you're gonna come over and be funny about it, and you just leave nicely before I have to use other fancy language, you know, and I don't like to do that. But if you are trolls or you think it's funny to come on someone online and be funny about it, and you know, it's not nice. Because I don't do that to people, you know. If I don't like what they do on their channels or the thing they say or the thing they do, I just scroll by, and then it don't even bother me, you know. All right, so there we go. So at this point, I have about this many. It doesn't look very impressive because the amount of preparation is not. I'm not gonna say it's not enough because I have to run around. What I typically do is to make the decoration more beautiful. You know, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a few more rolls and I will do the arrangement for you so that way it look nicer. Okay, instead of mismatch. So yeah, I have a few stroller coming on and be saying crazy things, you know. I mean, I respect the content creators because it's not easy, you know, especially when you do cooking and you be people won't like the kind of food that you prepared, or it's not the kind of food, it's not the kosher food. I understand, you know. I mean, I watch a few of other people cooking show, and I give respect, you know. I do encouragement, you know. I give love. I make comments, and even the food don't look that great, but the effort, you know, the effort that people put on it, that's what make it great. To me, it's very valuable, you know, when people put effort to make something nice and be able to share. And I think that's what I forgot here. I better put it in before I forget. You know, when I talk, I do forget. So, so yeah. So be respectful. You know, I mean, that is all it is. Common sense is be respectful and don't go to people online and be nasty and be smart about it. You know, if you can make better, good for you. If you can't make, and sit down, relax and enjoy, you know, and send some beautiful comment. You know, be of a good cheer, be of a good joy. Don't, you know, don't ruin for anybody. Don't ruin for yourself, because when you go on people's lines and you make all kind of funny comments, and then that show what kind of personality, what kind of person you are. You know, whether you are Christ-like attribute or you the other way, you know. I mean, when you show kindness and people show it back. When you show your other attitude, then people will give you back also. Whatever you give to the people will return in full. Okay? So if you want people to view you, and you see that this little guy, how many you got earlier? One more? Okay, son. I'll give you 2 more, okay, so you can enjoy. But you're gonna help me clean. Yes or no? I can take all that back. Go enjoy, love. Evan, he loves food. He can eat like caterpillars. And the good thing about him is that he can eat Asian food. He loves Asian food. Doesn't matter how many peppers I put in it, he will eat until he sweat, until he cry, until he scream, but he will eat. But the problem with him is that he eats too much. And when he eats, he does not think about other people. That's why I'll make sure that I serve him and give him enough serving and allow him to enjoy the food without wasting, without taking food away from other family members. I know he's a growing boy, and you know, too much food is not the solution to our life or a growing spurt. I mean, he loves food, and I understand that, but the behavior, eating too much food without considering others, that's not healthy. So I have to be mindful that he have tendency to do that. You know, he'll be the first one to come down and eat. See, so the 3 of them, you see that he's the first one to like, he's just like a little puppy. He's so cute. You know, gotta love him, man. yeah, he came to live with us about 5 years ago. Like I said, he's in Muay Thai. He's doing very good, and he lost in a few fights already. I watch him cries and all that emotional breakdown when, that's what I don't like about sport and all the, what you call it, tournaments, that you only feel good or happy when you win, but when you lose, and you don't like to lose, and no one want to lose, that's why I said sport is not, it's not fair. I mean, Americans in other countries do big on sport. I'm not. I'm sorry to say that. I'm not big on sport. I played sport when I was in high school, golf and badminton and all that. Other than that, I don't watch football or baseball on Sunday or when it come on season. I'm not a TV person, I don't like to sit in front of TV, even on the TV. So I'm researching something that I needed for something. Okay, I don't just sit down and watch TV. If I watch movie, I would go to the theater and be real. And then my daughter said, "Yeah, when you go to the theater, Mom, you fall asleep before the movie is over." Well, that depends on what kind of movie I'm watching. And yeah, I watched Godzilla, the new Godzilla, and I'm sorry, that movie was, I fall asleep before the Godzilla even show up. Why? I don't know. To me, it was boring. Plus I'm not a TV or movie watcher, so that didn't help me much. And but I stayed through watching the what, Manoa, I think it was, that animation. I was like kid, watching animation. But that's a joy though, I mean, when you watch animations, and animation these days is not like a regular animation, I'm talking about high-tech animation where that looks so real, looks so alive, You're not like Mickey Mouse and Looney Tune. It's not like that anymore. The motion picture and all this new graphic, all these new effects is really like take the animation into the new level, So there was a joy there. So I stayed tuned, and we went to watch Barbies and what else, and when when the face came out, I went to see the face. That was scary. I don't like scary movie, okay? So yeah, don't make fun of me, because I live in a country where they believe that everything come out at night and scare you. Because if you live anywhere there's no electricity, of course everything gonna look scary at night anyway, right? I mean, the shadows and all the shitty stuff. Oh, my bad on the language. Did I? I'm almost give up on this thing. So yeah, so when my dad liked to live near the he liked to live near the graveyards, and his farm is near the cemetery. I hated that. I hate the feelings of look over at the resting community. I mean, the resting community in the country is not pretty like here, where tombstone are pretty arranged and not scary. In Cambodia, you look in the hollow, deep down in the earth where it caved in. I mean, the burial part that like 100 years ago that caved in, it looks scary and have to walk through it. I'm like, that's a no. It's scarier than the Crow movie. So yeah, so with that experience, I never like to watch anything scary. Not me, because it gives me that spooky feelings. I don't like that kind of energy. And a few years ago, before I moved here, my friend recommended that I watch paranormal. It looked like a homemade videos. It started like that. So I thought, well, you know, well, just watch it. You know, this is good. It's good paranormal movie. It's not like any movie that you've been to. So she gave me the videos, and I went home and I watched it, and there's a few episodes of it. You know, I think at least 3-4 episodes. You know, started with something very naive, and here and there, and something happened occur in the bedroom where you see the, you know, the footprints and all stuff, and then the bed start to shake, and the room, you can feel that someone is watching you while you sleep and all that, right? And then something happened in the basement, and thing move in the kitchen and stuff like that. First, I didn't get spooky at all. I mean, I watched it's more than one episode, so I watched it, and then afterward, I'm like, that was a waste of time, you know. And then when the baby disappeared into the basement, when I said, I'm done. Any movie that involve baby and make them scary, you know, or the baby disappeared, I'm like, call CPS, please. So ridiculous. And then I watched Carrie, you know, that poor girl that mistreated badly. Okay, so I'm done with the. Well, I have one more meat. Let me finish the meat, and then I'll arrange it for you and finish it up for you. So why did I'm talking about movie? I'm just saying that I'm not a movie kind of person. You know, I mean, if I do go watch a movie, it better not bore me and put me to sleep. And because I'm allergic to corn, a 10 movie is like another issue. Also, I have to wear a mask. That way I don't have to breathe the popcorn. Man, it's, you know, I mean, the allergy make a living difficult to enjoy. But then it doesn't stop me from being able to enjoy. Okay, I will go to the movie and suffer the consequent breathing the popcorn. I'll bring extra layer of mask, and then I'll be sneezing and stuffy nose and not feeling well for the next couple of days. But that's okay, you know, spending time with kids is more valuable and all that. So just matter of me, you know, how to prevent me from getting sick while I'm at the movie theater. So, and that's another thing. That's why movie theater is not a place for me neither. Yeah. Okay. I'll do this before I forget, which I've been doing that for forever. So, need more liquid on this side. It dried up, or maybe it didn't get dipped. So anyway, this is my last one here. I have more meat to go, but I have enough to do the tray for you here, and we'll go to the next cube. Well, I'm gonna put them together and so that it look nicer. I mean, the roll itself don't look very pretty, but I did my best to produce it. Okay. But I got the idea down though, you know, when the day that I went to eat at Vietnamese restaurant and ordered this, not restaurant, it was the banh mi shop, the sandwich shop, okay, called banh mi. Bun is bread, mi is sandwich, I think. Okay, so in here, inside this pocket here, I have this crunchy fry you can use fry tofu, but tofu is not going to be crunchy, okay, but it's going to be part of your recipe. And wonton sheet, or even rice wrap. Okay, so I have a whole bunch here. So let me put this in a nice arrangement for you. Mama, I still have the pork meat. I still have a whole. This is just a chicken meat right here. Okay? So I'm just making enough so that way I can do the display for you. I want to do a nice decoration. Let's see if I have enough of anything to decorate it with. Okay. I have my banana leaves here that dried up. Let me lather oil with on my tray here. Leave it aside, please, because I don't want water running right now. I don't want soap. I don't want water spilling on this side, please. Thank you. No, go use the bathroom in the bathroom, please. Okay. I want a pretty one. I didn't see the meat, unfortunately, but here the meat. Here the crunchy roll. See a lot of cucumber though. Yeah. I got almost all of them. Okay, so all right, let me lather with oil just to keep it mama healthy oil, okay, to make it look shiny and keep it from sticking to each other and to the sheet below here. I know it's banana leaf. It's a fresh banana leaf. It won't have issue, but I have dry banana leaves here. Okay. So to spike up this egg rolls here, we're gonna use the sweet and sour sauce. And for the sweet and sour sauce recipe, I have it on, shoot, is it video number 36 or 37? I think it's 36. Okay, it will show how to make sweet and sour dipping sauce. Okay. So because I don't have chili pepper today, so I'll make it look pretty by adding this. Okay. So this is how it looked like without the extra decorations and the flowers and all that. Okay. This is our sauteed pork. No, this is sauteed chicken. Spring rolls. And I still have my pork that I haven't done yet. So let me do a few of decoration where I'm not quite happy unless it's pretty. I'm one of those picky people too. So I wash and clean this radish here. I'm gonna make lotus flowers. I think some of you already seen me creating this beautiful flower out of radish. Okay, wash and clean and dried it really well. And here we go. You need a paring knife. And just gently I'm like tucking over my food, because that's just an etiquette. So like you see that I already have petals, the outer petals, so I'm going to make inner petals. So just go gently into the middle of the side of the radish, and slightly carve the remainder of the radish. Okay, so it'll give you this beautiful petals of a symbolize of lotus. Okay, so we can trim and tie-dye in back here to give it a natural water lily or lotus look. Okay? And I can have it white, or I can dye this with the natural color from the beets. I have beets cooking. I'm gonna have it later for my meal. I love beets, so I boiled beets here. So I'm gonna drink juice out of it. Let me collect the juice first. So here's the beet juice. So I have one large beets that I boiled. I had about a cup of water in there, and I boil it. Okay, so to do that, I can dip this, and we'll turn that white lily into pinkish colors. It's bleeding right now, so I'm gonna have to let it sit and drip. Okay, let's do one more, because the beet, I love to use the beet, but then it bleed. So let me try a few of the trick to you. Oh, the beet juice is so delicious. It had that natural sweetness. Okay. To you. Okay, so I have beets here, so I'm trying to, let me get a good knife so that way I can slide this. I used this the other day, so it's nice and clean. Beets are pretty good for you. It's it has its own natural sweetness and beautiful color. and a lot of time I use its color for my color cooking. Instead of using cooking color, I do alternative natural color from the vegetables. I use the purple cabbage also. Okay, so I'm gonna use. Oh, that was dirty. I used a small one already, so I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna put it right there. I'm gonna do a few more. This is the birds. I think we have enough for the birds. Oh, you were here when I did the fruit arrangement. That my granddaughter and I we create beautiful bouquet out of fruits. Dang it. It's supposed to be birds, but I broke it. Okay. So my lotus. And this is butterfly, but it's too big. I can't do butterfly. There's not enough room for butterfly because the beet is not big enough. Okay? So it bleeds. So it's, look at that. It's purple. Okay. It's beautiful. Let me add more color to the tip of this. Let me do one more flowers. Okay. I'm gonna do beautiful pinkish tip from the beets here. Easy, right? I mean, just grab enough for one petal. So you just use your imagination. That some flower have 5 petals, some have 6, some have 7, some have more. But you can get 5, 6 petals out of a big beet. And then the next row, same thing. You know, just gently go into the side of the radish. So when you create the flower, the radishes don't look like radish anymore. It's going to be your beautiful decoration for your cooking. Okay, so I broke a few of the petals. That's how you get rid of food. I learned to love radish. I never liked radish before. It reminded me of something nasty. Like, I don't like the smell of it before. Now that I started decorating with this, and I become familiar with the smell, with the taste, so I'm okay with it right now. So just cut off the tip here, make it pointy, because the lotus or the water lily had that pointy. So what make it pretty is to get one of this radish, and then you rub to the tip of it, and to give that beautiful lotus tip, pinkish tip, like that. Okay, so that's your decoration. That's my decoration so far. Okay, so you can make something out of this too. And that's the thing, you know, because I'm so used to decorating food and trays and stuff like that, and if I don't do it, I don't feel complete. You know what I mean? It's just me doing my thing. So well, your cooking is too long. I know, I understand. You want pretty cooking, then it can be done in too quick. Yeah, there you go. All right, let me see how it look now. It may look a little bit better, but well, so, well, I always like to overdress my tray, but thus far, I got it together this much. Okay, I got a few flour down and the tray of my sauteed chicken spring wrap. Okay. What makes special today is this crunchy deep fry wrap here. It's so crunchy you can hear. Huh? So we pretty much done. So I'm gonna enjoy this also. I have the pork meat. I'm gonna finish that. I'm gonna wrap this up so that way it doesn't get dry when my daughter come home. She will come home to this delicious meal. I will leave the recipe on my YouTube channels, and for those who have not already followed me on my YouTube channels, I would invite you to do so. Okay, visit with me, leave your comment, just a high five, let me know that you moved yourself from TikTok to my YouTube, and please subscribe and share, and loving thoughts and comment would be good. I recommend, and I'm pretty good about responding to my YouTube channel with comment. You know, so I don't do as much on TikTok because it's a different energy on TikTok. You know, people on TikTok. I feel that it's not about a camaraderie contact. They wanted a romantic contact, and I'm not for that, and that's why I don't really respond to my TikTok, not because I don't want to deal with anybody drama. You know, I'm a happy person who's in a relationship already, and I don't need to be entertaining anyone, man or woman, period. So I'm here to show you how to produce great recipe and share my food cooking experience, and that's what I'm here for. And if you're here to look for a romance relationship, you won't get it from me. You're gonna have to move forward, you know. I mean, but my YouTube has been kind. You know, they've been good about it, and in fact, the comment they send me are pretty decent, and I appreciate that always. And if you don't see me respond to your comment on TikTok, and just remember that I experienced too many of a bad experience. If I open up one message, you know, there go boom, you know, some inappropriate, and that traumatized me. So that's why I don't typically open messages, though, you know, there's a way to check your message without opening it, but then you can't read the whole context. So please don't feel some type of way if I don't respond to TikTok. Okay? And also on YouTube, it's pretty good because YouTube, I find a way to read the messages with the notification, so I know what message they sent me. And if I don't like the way the messages are, I just go in and block the person. And I don't have problem blocking people from any of my channel, because for the amount of energy that I put toward my cooking, you know, it should be a loving support type of behavior. You know, if you come out here and bullying me, it's not gonna work. I work too hard for that, and yeah. So with due respect all of you. Okay, so one final showcase of my spring roll. Okay, that made out of comprised of unique ingredients, and if you follow me on YouTube, I will, once the video load up, I will also add my descriptions of my recipe and ingredients on there, so that way if you wanted to try at home, you already have video load up on YouTube, because TikTok is different. TikTok don't allow me to do all that hour-long or 2-hour-long program. You do a minute, that's nothing, right? I can do a clip here and there, but that's tiring. It's too much work for me. So if you're gonna follow me, then please do follow me on YouTube channel, where you can get full descriptions and ingredients and all that. And the videos will be available in about an hour or so. It depends on how long the video will take, some time to load up. But I promise you that the ingredient will be there, the instruction will be there, it'll be fun, and then you're welcome to send me comment and say, hey, I'm gonna make this, but I didn't get it, show me a little more, and then be, we can connect it that way also. All right, so for now I'll leave you. Thank you for being here for me. Thank you for subscriptions. I know that a lot of people do support me more than usual, and I appreciate that. And subscribe, and the YouTubers tell me that what video people like the most, what video people stay in, tune in, and share and like and subscribe. I have all that statistic, which is good. So I know that who appreciate my cooking, who's not. If you're not, fine, come back. I'm not going to be mad at you. I'm not going to despise you. I welcome all of you. But if you did subscribe to my channel, you will get latest notification from me when I have wonderful, delicious ingredients or anything. Just eat out and having fun somewhere, and I want to share with you. And you can do the same thing, send me your video, upload your video, and let me know. If you start your YouTube channel, let me know. I'll be right there supporting, subscribing, sharing the same thing. Because it's about the community here. We share, we share each other, strive and appreciate the endeavor. We don't look down at each other. We don't put down. We don't chastise anybody. We don't leave anybody behind. We lift everybody up. We lift each other up, and that's how we support each other. That's how the community should be. If you're new YouTube, YouTube creators or Facebook, I'm okay with Facebook. I don't really care for it. And Instagram, what do I post on my Facebook? It go right to Instagrams, and I don't normally interact with Instagram. Instagram is getting old for me, and followed by Facebook, that's getting junior old, because I get tired sometimes. But I'm concentrating on YouTube. I wanted to build up my YouTube where it's where I already have establishment. I have over 200,000 viewers, and I have enough subscribers. I just need a lot of community hours, watch hours, so that way, hopefully that in a year or two, I will be able to reap the benefit of YouTube creators. But until then, I'm striving. I'm bringing all this wonderful ingredient to you, regardless of circumstance with YouTube. I don't care. I'm just doing this so that I can create legacy on giving some of this beautiful, delicious recipe for the generation to come. I know that when our generation is gone, and my grandchildren will be able to go to my channel and say, oh, let's watch grandma, how she cooked this and that. Because my kids still call me on getting ingredient for me. Said, Mom, you need to write a cookbook. How you used to feed us, how you used to make food that's so delicious. It does not matter how many times I try to make it, Mom, it does not taste the way you cook it. I cook it, because all of us, we create our own signatures, taste and flavor. And it's not going to be exactly how your mom make it. It doesn't matter how hard you try it, okay? You can add more sugar, you can add whatever ingredients it is. It's not going to be the same. But you will have your own unique additional, or you call additional your own cooking style. Okay, I didn't do exactly like my great grandma taught me, or my grandma taught me, or my mom. You know, I learned a great deal from my mom also. But my mom don't make all this. My mom would be cook chicken and rice and all that. That's like a repeated culture food. All my life, the life that I live in, my mom's always been fish, chicken, and vegetable, rice. That's it. You know, I mean, char green or snore, whatever. That's about only a few items that my mom would be able. She's not expanding horizon deep into the cultures of others like me. You know, I like cooking, so I'm not only stick with the Cambodian food. I explore the world, so that's why I'm bringing you all these unique recipes from around the world. Okay, from me to you, I appreciate the time that you will spend with me. I appreciate you all the way. I love the fact is that you show me the support, give me the like, the subscribe, and the bell. That way you get my latest notification. All right, from me to you. Have a good night, good evening, good morning, wherever you're at. And throughout my fans throughout the world, whether it's in Vietnam, whether it's in Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Bangladesh, and China, whether it's in North South Korea, whether it's in Russia or Turkestan or Sweden, somewhere. Thank you for allowing me to come into your kitchen and living room. I appreciate all of you. And again, have a good evening, have a good morning, until I bring you the next recipe that we're going to share together again. From me to you, bye. สวัสดีค่ะ